welcome back to some more Sly Cooper. A short while back, I made a video about a theory revolving around Clockwork and Penelope. The theory was about Penelope being involved with the whole Clockwork becoming a robot and immortal. Now if you haven't seen that video, then I'd recommend watching that one first so you understand the theory in this video a bit more. You know, to make it less confusing. A link should pop up on the video. The first video actually got a good amount of attention for a small channel, and I thank you all for that. Clockwork only appeared in the first game, but something tells me that we aren't done with him yet. Clockwork is one very mysterious character. A lot of theories can be made about this guy, and because of that, I've decided to expand the previous theory with this video. To summarize the previous one quickly, I mentioned that Penelope time travels to when Clockwork existed, like ancient Egypt perhaps. By doing so, she offers him immortality and basically turns him into a robot. By being a robot, he would live on and kill every single Cooper individual. If he truly did get rid of every single Cooper before Sly, then when exactly did he attack? If he killed Sly's ancestors, then how is the Thieves raccoonist still intact? Shouldn't the book be empty, blank? Here's how I see it. Clockwork killed the ancestor right before their child was born. If the child was never born and the parents died, then the book would have never lived on for centuries. Plus, Sly wouldn't even exist. Okay, wait a sec. Clockwork hates the Coopers, right? Then why would he spare the child? Knowing that the child would have followed his or her parents' footsteps and kept the legacy alive. Either Clockwork had no idea about the child, or he knew and wanted the child to suffer. Why though? Perhaps the hate chip can explain this. The hate chip is basically what powers Clockwork. Seeing the kid suffer just fueled his hate more for some reason. But that sounds way too dark, right? The most logical thing out of all this is that Clockwork had no idea that the kid existed. The parents knew that the owl was dangerous, so they hid the child somewhere safe. And eventually the child got his or her hands on the Thieves raccoonist. Now since the book was intact this whole time, does this mean Clockwork only killed the parents? The question is, why would Clockwork travel at a specific moment in time just to kill the parents? Why didn't he just end it all once and for all? This is where I bring back Penelope in the equation. Penelope time traveled, met Clockwork, turned him into a robot, right? What if there was an ultimatum? Penelope could have told Clockwork to do whatever he wanted to get rid of the Coopers, without getting rid of Sly. If he altered the timeline too much and caused Sly not to exist, then Penelope probably would have hunted the owl down. But why would Penelope care about Sly's life? Because of Bentley. If not for Sly and the gang, Penelope would have never met Bentley in the first place. Plus, these two fell in love and she probably still has feelings for him. Heck, Penelope kept sending him postcards in the end of Sly 4, hinting towards her feelings for Bentley perhaps. This also explains the reason why Clockwork only killed Sly's parents. But this time, he also decided to completely steal pages from the Thieves raccoonist and make Sly miserable. Look, if Clockwork truly wanted to get his hands on the book, why didn't he do it a long time ago? He probably wanted the book to be filled with enough information to help him become the greatest thief. What if Clockwork didn't follow Penelope's order not to hurt Sly? In the end of Sly 1, Clockwork mentioned this to Sly. "Enough, Sly Cooper, it ends here. I'll finish you like I finished your father." Then the Cooper line will be erased and the only master thief will be Clockwork. After all Clockwork has done to come this far, he realized that he himself can become the greatest thief, so to avoid any complications, the owl decided to finally end the Cooper legacy by killing Sly. Another thing, do you remember seeing Le Paradox's blimp all crashed up in ancient Egypt where Sly wound up? What if Clockwork found those parts and with his brains used the time machine parts to build his own time machine? Let's look at this image. Although it might look like a simple Easter egg with no relevance whatsoever, look at his eyes. Although his body looks metallic, his red eyes can tell us one thing. He wasn't immortal when time traveling at first. If he had the ability to time travel thanks to the parts scattered in ancient Egypt, then why didn't he put an end to Bob Cooper? By doing so, no other Cooper would ever exist. No Bob Cooper, no Sly Cooper. This is where Penelope comes in again. She met him in ancient Egypt and used the parts from the blimp to give Clockwork his own time machine. Penelope wanted Sly to exist due to her feelings for Bentley. Alright, enough of Penelope. Let's put her aside completely. Who else in the series, with the brains, had hatred towards the Coopers? The one and only Dr. M. Clockwork, with his brains, built his very own time machine using the parts from the blimp. Simple. He time travels and stalks on the Coopers in order to figure out how to and when to strike. Eventually, Clockwork realizes that his body cannot take it, and that the Coopers are getting stronger with upgraded technology. With his luck, Clockwork time travels to a point where he meets Dr. M. Dr. M was known as the brains of the original Cooper gang. Sly Father's gang, basically. With his help, Connery and the gang were able to collect fortunes and store them in the Cooper vault. At a point in time, Dr. M felt betrayed and used, therefore he completely turned into a bad guy. What if Clockwork brainwashed Dr. M into believing that he was being used by the Coopers? Let's say the Owl succeeded in doing so. He makes a deal with him. The deal involves Clockwork turning into a mechanical bird. In return, Clockwork reveals the Cooper Vault's location, assuming Dr. M had no idea about that vault even existing. With that being done, it made Clockwork a lot stronger. Who knows? Clockwork was probably too old and decided to completely turn into a mechanical maniac in order to live on. So that's that for this video, guys. What do you think of this theory? Are there any flaws of some sort? Do you believe that Dr. M is involved with Clockwork's immortality? Leave any thoughts in the comments. Like I said, a lot of theories can be made regarding this guy. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.